A Global TV News Express, federal government urged to reverse petrol price hike at NPC probe. In business, federal government imposes levy on transactions above 10,000 naira on digital banks, fintech companies, others. A food import waiver, others push naira to new low. On the foreign scene, Israelis demand release of hostages held by Hamas. Venezuela says opposition presidential candidate on asylum in Spain. And in sports towards AFCON 2025, Ecuador says Super Eagles can beat any team. Sabalenka defeat Pegula to win first United States Open. Hello and welcome to all of you in Nigeria and around the world to News Express, your global television coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Deacon Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. We begin by telling you that the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged President Bola Tinubu to instruct the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to immediately reverse the recent increase in the pump price of premium motor spirit, commonly known as petrol. The organization says the petrol price hike represents a fundamental breach of constitutional guarantees and the country's international human rights obligations, especially as citizens face the worsening economic hardships. SERAP also requested that President Tinubu direct the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, and relevant anti-corruption agencies to investigate allegations of corruption and mismanagement within the NNPCL. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration commitment to enhancing the Nigeria Police Force's capabilities and improving the personal welfare. He listed critical measures being undertaken by the administration in this regard to include acquisition of new vehicles, communication equipment, and forensic tools to enhance crime detection and prevention. The president started these during the passing out parade and commissioning of the regular officers Class 6 at the Nigeria Police Academy in Wodili, Kano State. Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, noted that as a government committed to sustainable growth, his administration is fully aware that the development of any country is directly woven into the strength of its institutions. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has criticized plans by the federal government to increase the nation's value-added tax. Atiku said the policy will deepen the domestic cost of living crisis and exacerbate Nigeria's already fragile economic growth. He noted that the move coming on the heels of the increase in the pump price of premium motor spirit, also known as fuel, by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited will worsen Nigerians already for the fragile economic growth. And also, former Vice President Nnamdi Sambo has lamented the escalating insecurity in the north, stating that it is driving farmers away from their farms and adversely affecting the education and health of numerous families. Sambo also expressed his support for the formation of the League of Northern Democrats, which he described as a viable platform to address the numerous challenges facing the North and the country at large. He gave his endorsement while hosting the leadership of the league, led by Chairman former Kano State Governor Ibrahim Shenkaru at his residence in Abuja. The All Progressive Congress in Anambra State has withdrawn from the upcoming local government elections scheduled for 28 September 2024, citing concerns over alleged irregularities. The party says the decision followed alleged violations of due process, which they believe undermines the credibility of the poll. The APC further explained that participating in the exercise will amount to legalizing the illegality, insisting that the constitution of the Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission and announcement of the election dates did not follow due process as stipulated by the Electoral Act of 2022. And it was another spate of election violence at the ongoing APC governorship election campaign trend in the Sakos Central Local Government area of Edo State, as the security details of the APC governorship candidate, Senator Monday Akpabula, fired litany of gunshots to disperse criminal elements trying to disrupt the campaign trend. The APC campaign trend, despite the meal, visited the people of the Aberite Fuga, the capital of the local government area, with a central message of voting out the People's Democratic Party. Global Television political correspondent Anthony Mamadou has a report.
If shooting guns, what they want to do, they will suffer it.
There was another election campaign violence in Esako Central Local Government Area of Edo State as witnessed in Ososo community, but this did not prevent the APC governorship candidate Senator Monde Okpeholo and the Deputy Governor of Edo State Philip Shuaibu from likening the PDP as a packaged food that causes cancer and thus should be avoided.
When you eat packaged food and you continue to eat it, what it will develop is cancer. Do we need cancer to continue? Or do we need cancer? This election are between darkness and light. Packaged food, they cause it.
On his part, the senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Senator Adams Oshomole, called on the people and the electorate to join forces with the APC to vote out the People's Democratic Party at the polls.
We need to help us to tell our brother and our pikin, one man, one vote, one woman, one vote, one equality man, one vote.
The unabating spate of violence witnessed in the Edo North region of the state is a source of concern ahead of the polls, as the APC governorship security details fired litany of shots at criminal elements trying to disrupt the campaign event. Anthony Mamadou reporting from Esako local government area of Edo State for Global Television.
And our Kwara State Commissioner of Police Victor Olaiya has appealed to commercial transport operators in the state to uphold peace as the government works to improve the economic situation in the country. The appeal followed the protest last Thursday by the transport operators in the state, including drivers of commercial taxi cabs, tricycle operators, and motorcycle riders who demonstrated against the recent fuel price increase in Ilorin, the state capital. Olaiya, who met representative of the National Union of Road Transport Workers Association of Nigeria, the command headquarters in Ilorin, urged them to maintain peace in the state. No fewer than 61 foreign nationals were deported by the Nigerian Immigration Service from the country in August 2024. This is because the new visa policy facilitated a total of 8,252 visas on arrival for travelers in a month under review. The figures were contained in a report by the service detailing the Nigerian Immigration Service achievement for the month of August. In the report, the reason for deporting the foreign nationals was to address the issue of irregular migration in the country. An operative of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted consignment of cocaine and pharmaceutical opioids concealed in ladies' sanitary pads and treatment cream containers heading to the United Kingdom, Ireland, and syrups at the three courier companies in Lagos. A statement by the agency spokesperson Femi Babafemi says in one of the companies, not less than 30 parcels of cocaine weighing 1.1 kilograms concealed in air cream containers were recovered by NDLA officers during the examination of cargoes going to Ireland. Another consignment of 24 parcels of cocaine weighing 862 grams also hidden in air cream containers meant for delivery in the United Kingdom was equally intercepted at the same company. The Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas LNG says Train 7 project will expand Nigeria's LNG production capacity from 22 metric tons. The managing director and the chief executive officer of the company, Dr. Philip Mishibila, stated this when the executive secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Felix Obey, visited the NLG 6 train plant, a Train 7 project construction site in Bonny, Highland, Rivers State. They allow that the NCBD's unwavering support for the Train 7 projects, describing the partnership as a shining example of the public-private collaboration that can drive Nigeria's industrial growth. Mitchell Home Limited, a leading real estate firm, recently hosted a groundbreaking conference. Some frontline real estate professionals
the conference teamed the wealth
generating wealth in the sector. Sharon Ajay has the story.
The conference, themed The Wealth Building Blueprint, brought together various real estate stakeholders, providing a platform for empowerment and knowledge sharing. Architect Baraka Mashalia says his aim for organizing the event is to impact the new generation through inculcating knowledge of the real estate sector.
My greatest motive is to be able to impact on this generation. Of course, the high rate of unemployment is really alarming, and for me, I don't think it should be. The reason behind it is because there are a lot of opportunities around the real estate sector, and the greatest thing that is limiting people from achieving their goal of building wealth and helping their family and friends to be able to build wealth also is a product of mindset.
While sharing his success story on the steps he took in finding accomplishment in the industry, renowned real estate expert Dr. Linus Okori stated that wealth creation only comes as a direct result of an individual's ability to catch the vision.
So you come in an area in your life where nothing is happening, is that not it? And you set an agenda for the future. That agenda is called vision. Vision. Vision is the ability to see beyond our current reality. Our current reality is not exciting. There's poverty in our pocket, even as a nation, there's poverty in the land.
Speaking on the challenges that affect the real estate sector, some mogul says consistency, being intentional, and integrity are key factors in overcoming challenges.
One thing is you have to be consistent. It's not you enter real estate today and the next day you are making money. You have to be, you have to be consistent. You have to be persistent with your push in the business. The challenges will come, but what the most important thing is how to handle those challenges, turning those challenges to a force that drives you to do more in the business. So basically, challenges come, just know how to overcome all those challenges that you are faced with.
Consistency really counts. Anything you're doing, you have to be consistent about it. And then there's another thing that is key, that's integrity. Integrity really counts. That's what defines you. That's what tells if people can really deal with you or not. And that's what really tells if you're someone to be trusted or not.
The conference aims to equip attendees with the expertise and insights necessary to spot and maximize opportunities, build wealth, and expand their understanding of the real estate sector. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Now, the federal government has ramped up its efforts to combat illegal mining operations with the arrests of 7 suspected illegal miners in Jaguna near the Odobe communities in Yaba East local government area of Kogi State. The arrests were made during a recent clearance exercise conducted by the mining marshals on July 15, 2024. Commander of the mining marshals, Jonathan, emphasized the unwavering commitment of the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Delaleke, to eradicating illegal activities in the country. A chieftain of All Progressive Congress in Osun State, Olatunbosun, has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to act swiftly to alleviate the hardship faced by Nigerians. Although the lawmaker expressed confidence in President Tinubu's ability to ease the suffering of the masses, he suggested that the faster approaches should be adopted, particularly given the economic difficulty caused by the rising fuel prices, which have made access to necessities more challenging. The campaign team of the All Progressive Congress in Edo State, led by former Governor Adams Oshimala, has assured the people of Akwela of more development in addition to making them a renowned cement-producing community in the state. Anthony Momodu reported that this campaign promise was made at the rally ground after a visit to Robi Okpa, His Royal Highness Oba Eshimekun in the third. And although fewer than 3 people were killed in a multiple accident which occurred in the late hours of Saturday. An accident occurred at the Maryland along Ikorodu Road near the Oyalero involving a tanker truck, an articulated vehicle, and several cars. The incident happened a few minutes to 12 midnight with dozens of people involved. And the first accident, the State Emergency Management Agency said upon arrival at the scene about 1:13 a.m., the team met a multiple accident scene involving a tanker with unknown registration fully laden with diesel, which reportedly suffered brake failure on motion and lost control and crashed into many cars, which reportedly resulted in many casualties. The Niger Delta Development Commission, in conjunction with the Ministry of Niger Delta Development, is preparing an integrated master plan for the development of the Niger Delta region. The NDDC Director of Planning Research and Statistics, Davis Okairov, confirmed the development during a 2-day workshop on the modernizations of the Niger Delta Regional Development Strategy for directors of the Ministry of Niger Delta Development in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. It says the document, to be known as Niger Delta Regional Development Strategy, will improve on the Niger Delta Regional Development Master Plan. And now the Nigeria Labour Congress has declared support for the 29-man caretaker committee put together by the Abia Governor Alex Otti and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party Peter Obi and the party stakeholders last week. Recall that the national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, the party secretary Umar Farouk, and national youth leader Kennedy Arnotu were conspicuously absent at the enlarged stakeholders meeting held in Umuahia. The People's Democratic Party National Disciplinary Committee has received a report on alleged anti-party activities of the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and others from the National Working Committee. A committee led by the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Tom Ikeme, was set up to address and manage all disciplinary matters. 5 former governors of the PDP led by Wike allegedly worked against the party and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar during the 2023 election. The Kaduna State government has partnered with the United Nations Children Fund to support the Reaching Out of School Children project aimed at providing quality education to over 200,000 out-of-school children in the state. The deputy governor of the state, Dr. Adiza Babale, who said these at the signing ceremony at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim House, Kaduna, says the project is to ensure that children in the state have access to quality education regardless of their circumstances. Our Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the United States is pressing for consular access to the 10 Binance executive Tigran Gabriel currently held in Kuje Custodial Center in Abuja. A United States citizen and Binance Financial Crimes Compliance Chief was arrested in February 2024 along with another executive, Ajawala, upon their arrival in the country. The detention followed an investigation that allegedly tied Binance to money laundering and terrorism financing. Justice Emeka Nwiti of the Federal High Court in Abuja fixed October 9 to rule on the fresh bail application brought before the court by the lawyers. You're watching News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital. When News Express returns towards Africa in 2025, Aguevon says Super Eagles can beat any team. Details of these and more after this break. Please stay with us. You're still watching News Express. Many thanks for staying with us. And now to business. The federal government has imposed a deduction of 50 Naira electronic money transfer levy from every inflow of 10,000 and above received by customers. In a notice to its customers on Saturday, the online payment platform said that the charges in line with the Federal Inland Revenue Service regulations will take effect from September 9, 2024. The company clarified that the charges are a requirement from the President Bola Tinubu-led government and not a source of revenue for the payment platform. The Nigerian currency, which opened September on a positive note across segments of the currency market, weakened by Tuesday on the back of heightened demand, increase in demand for foreign exchange for foreign travel, school fees, and the planned food import duty waiver have pushed the Naira to a fresh depreciation spree in the week ended. On the unofficial market, the Naira had been quoted at 1,635 Naira to a dollar on Monday, and Tuesday it had worsened to 1,640 Naira, according to some bureau the change operators in Lagos. The Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology has urged youth in the country to take advantage of over 20 skills development programs currently offered by the institute. The Institute Director General and Chief Executive Dr. Bayero Farah met the call while receiving an award of excellence from the National Youth Council of Nigeria's Sabon Gabriel branch in Kaduna. Farah, in a statement from the institute, highlighted the importance of youth as a critical component of nation building, saying that without them there will be no nation. He expressed gratitude to the Youth Council for the honor, stating that it motivates him to contribute even more to the economic development of the country. Operators have warned that the Nigeria data center ecosystem is facing an unprecedented threat of collapse. They say the continued decline of the naira against the dollar combined with a severe lack of access to long-term financing is crippling the operations and pushing the industry to the edge. Data centers crucial for D2 transformation are large facilities that house servers and computer equipment to process, store, and distribute data and application over the internet. The House of Representative member representing Oredo Federal Constituency in Edo State in Asosa held the Dangote refinery for the start of production of premium motor spirit, probably known as petrol. Iyawa said these will significantly help to boost Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves as the importation of petrol will drop. The Dangote refinery began the production of petrol, marking the first time in 28 years Nigeria locally commenced production of the product. And now the foreign scene, police in Kenya have been ordered to investigate the circumstances that led to a deadly fire at a boarding school which killed at least 18 people with an average age of 9. The chief prosecutor says in a statement the investigators should assess whether or not the tragedy may have resulted from negligence or recklessness, stating that the cause of the fire in the boys' dormitory at the hillside Edesha Academy is still unknown and 50 people are unaccounted for. Identification of the bodies is expected to take place on Monday. The Venezuelan government says opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez or disputed President Nicolas July 28 re-election has left the country to seek asylum in Spain. Gonzalez Urrutia had been in hiding for a month, ignoring 3 successive summons to appear before the prosecutor saying that attending the hearing could have lost his freedom. Madrid's foreign minister Jose Manuel said on X that the Jesuit Urrutia had his request and departed on a Spanish military plane, noting that Spain is committed to the political right of Venezuelans. And now tens of thousands of people demonstrated in the Tel Aviv and other Israeli cities calling for an agreement to release around 100 hostages held by the Palestinian Islamic group Hamas. And as a package on News Express, kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. I am Edikan Michael, and thanks for watching. See you again.